Hi, I'm Paul Riedner, Executive Director of the Veteran Resilience Project. We're here because there's a crisis going on in Minnesota, a crisis of community. The Minnesota National Guard has the worst suicide rate in the country, while at the same time we have the best hospital, the best treatment facilities, a very good business environment, a thriving philanthropic environment. The people of Minnesota are healthy, active, well-educated, affluent, generous, and generally care. So how can these two things coexist? Well, Veteran Resilience Project is here to fill the gap. We were created from individuals getting out of their silos at the VA, at state, local, county services, nonprofits, and even elected officials. We all came together with 2 World Veteran Cafes and started to identify some of the larger issues going on. Not enough collaboration and cooperation, and a need to engage the community about moral injury. It's becoming clear that moral injury is what underlies most of the suicides, homelessness, and depression with veterans. When we decided to invade Iraq and Afghanistan, we don't send humanitarian aid. Every American brings the trauma of war and the trauma of the military back home with them, back to each city, back to each neighborhood, back to their homes, back to their basements, their bedrooms, their cars, and it becomes much harder to find them. That's why we set up a network of 20 EMDR therapists all around the state of Minnesota. And in our pilot project, we had 27 veterans, and 73.5% of them no longer have PTSD or suffer from the symptoms. It treats military sexual trauma, combat stress, and moral injury. Moral injury is a tough one to grapple with, because what comes with moral injury is shame. And the one thing that shame cannot survive is empathy. So the question is, can a civilian, can the public understand a veteran's experience enough to empathize with it? We aim to prove that they can. With your donation, I'll begin traveling around the state of Minnesota to identify the women and men who served for their country and are now giving back to their community and helping their fellow brothers and sisters to tell their story. I'll put them together in an audio series, and we'll begin sharing that with public radio stations, community radio stations, and reaching out across the state to let everyone know that PTSD is not forever, and we have a very safe and effective way of treating it. We offer it for free, and it's completely confidential. You'll hear from board members about what EMDR is and why we're doing this work. We were empowered by the community to do something more. We ask a lot of our veterans, and I think it's probably time we start sharing that burden that falls on the family to navigate a system that was unprepared, to help the veteran understand that we care and that we accept our responsibility. Thank you.